I'm in Dubois, Wyoming. I am outside of the National Bighorn Sheep Museum. I just drove about 4 hours to see the Sheep Museum. Wanted to come here for a long time. Let's go learn about some bighorn sheep. And outside of the center there is a majestic statue of a bighorn sheep with the American and Wyoming state flags behind it. I'm gonna head in. So this is pretty much a museum full of taxidermy bighorn sheep.
Go back into town.
Here are the 4 major types of wild bighorn sheep. This is the desert bighorn that lives around the Sonoran Desert. This is a Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep. This is the type that inhabits the Dubois area. That's a stone sheep that lives in the Yukon and British Columbia. This albino looking sheep is the Alaskan doll sheep. Up on the walls are the mounts of about every bighorn sheep there is in the world. There's some from Bhutan, Iran, Spain, Mongolia, and many in North America. There's a predator, the grizzly bear. This is a particularly interesting taxidermied bear. This is 128, a female grizzly bear. She was being moved with her mother to Yellowstone National Park, but she was caught eating human food in West Yellowstone, Montana. Because she was a bad bear, she got relocated to Shoshone National Forest. But in 1994, the Bureau of Land Management decided to put her down because she still had that taste for human food and livestock. There's another predator, the wolf. That's the cross-section of a sole of a domestic sheep and a bighorn sheep. You can see it has a thicker skull. That's what a human sees. And that's what the bighorn sheep sees. The National Bighorn Sheep Center is in Dubois, Wyoming, because of the Whiskey Mountain Wildlife Management Area, where one of the largest herds of wild bighorn sheep live. That's how much grass a bighorn sheep eats in a single day. It's 500 to 1,200 feet of land, and that's about 180,000 square feet of land for each sheep during the winter. They've recreated a mountain with bighorn sheep taxidermy. There's 2 bighorn sheep going at it. They could either be playing or killing each other. But that's really cool to see in person. There's a wolf trying to get whatever he can off a bighorn sheep's skull. I touched a bighorn foot. Some Native American tribes use the horns to make bows. This is a big diorama of a bighorn sheep environment. The sheep eaters sometimes made very elaborate traps to catch them, like nets. They also use dogs to hunt. There's another bow, and this is a skull in a tree. This is primarily a Shoshone ritual and tradition of putting the bighorn sheep skull in the tree, and it's kind of gory with a bead in its eye socket. Another really cool bighorn bow. As the mountain men started coming over in the 1830s, 40s, and 50s, they started hunting bighorn sheep and depleting the population for their furs. That sheep is about to die, and there's some fake petroglyphs. There's a taxidermy deer. There's some more of the Alaskan albino doll sheep. And that is another taxidermy gray wolf. This is the interactive table where you can touch bighorn sheep droppings. I wasn't expecting to see this. This is Carter's Hove, a taxidermied black wolf, but he is actually very important. He was the first wolf used in the Yellowstone Wolf Restoration Project. By 1995, there were almost no wolves left in the park, and they have been able to restore them thanks to this guy, but he got killed for killing livestock in 1997. He was only 3 years old. Alright, so that was the National Bighorn Sheep Center. Really interesting museum. Learned a lot about bighorn sheep, which I will say I didn't know much about before. But anyways, if you like this, roadside attractions, museums, that sort of thing, then please subscribe and watch all my other videos. This hurts to wear. This is way too tight. But anyways, thanks for watching.